Hello, this is Sonja from my Happy Space. Welcome back at my channel. I want to give you a quick flip through of my dephemerember 2022. This was a daily December prompt hosted by Barbara from 49dragonflies and Luise Heinzl. I'll leave all the details down below. It is done now, but obviously you can just continue and do your own prompts or can follow the prompts, watch all the videos. I've got little reels or short little videos here on my YouTube channel also if you want to see what I've done, but obviously I'm going to give you a quick flip through for this. So what I've decided to do is obviously follow the prompt list, which is a free prompt list. And then I've also decided I want to combine it with an Advent study that my family and I did, which is the names of Jesus, which I just printed from Pinterest. I will leave the Pinterest details down below from the lady who posted this. So obviously we made ephemera for our journal. So I want to write the Bible verse with the names of Jesus at the back. I've started doing it, but I had no opportunity to film it while the house is fairly quiet. So I thought, let me just film it, go do the flip through, and then I can continue with writing the names and the passages through it. And then we can use it for our next December or whenever we feel like it to study further for the names of God. We can use it, and then this journal has a purpose and I'm using it for something useful. Now I've got a video exactly how I made this journal, so I will link it down below if you want to see how I did it. It's basically just a paper bag, and then I stuffed it up with some bubble wrap to make it nice and squishy, and I've sewn it, and I just did the 5 pamphlet stitch here, secure the edge of it or the spine of it, made a little tassel which I absolutely love. I've just connected a little clamp there, and I made this beautiful tassel of all these things on it. And yeah, it's quite chunky, it's squishy. I just used some ribbon which I've dyed with some distress oxide inks, and just put some stenciling and everything over it. So without further ado, let's see what I've done. I'm just going to do fairly quickly through. I'm not going to bore you too much. I've just made a pocket which I've kept this the prompt list, and which I'll put also the names of Jesus in there. And let's start. I'm going to keep it open here so I can see what prompt it is, each one of them are, and how I interpreted it. The first one is fluff and a mason jar. So basically what I've done is I've just created my own mason jar with a shaker pocket. And what I've also done is Barbara and Louisa gave a free printable, an animal printable, so you can use the animal each time as a focal point. But I decided not to use it because just didn't speak to me. I tried it the first time and it just didn't work. And then I had all these Tim Holt winter people in my stash, and I thought, but this is actually the perfect moment to use it, because I definitely wanted to make my journal a little bit more Christmassy. So I thought I'm going to use these dolls, and I'm going to use that as my accent point the whole time. So as I said, I embossed it there, made a shaker pocket, put a little dolly in there, and this is my fluff. And then I've just, as I said, started writing there. Just the first name, Glory of God, and Isaiah 40 verse 1 to 5. So I've just used a little Tim Holtz paper clip to put that in there. I'm not going to, it's not everything is in order, so I'm just going to go as it is here. This is prompt number 3, which was bright color and journaling card. Now this is the only color which is in my book, because I kept to the same color scheme, and actually it made things very easy. It was golds, coffee stained, white creams, and things like that. So this is the only color in there. So I've just obviously made a journaling card with my little girly on there, pop some stars on there, and pink is my accent color, and that is what I did here. Number 12 was lace and a postcard. So I've used some postcards which I've scanned from my trip in England. I bought some postcards, vintage postcards. I scan it, and then I popped the little doll in there. Sometimes I forgot that I had to first check and see what doll I want, and then see what I want to do. So this doll is a little bit big, but at the back I just stenciled her up. Yeah, I can obviously put the journaling card on there and put down what my name of Jesus is, and this is beautiful lace. So I just made a pocket and stuck her in there. So that is prompt number 12. Prompt number 14 was pattern and matchbook. So what I've done is I made a pattern, my own pattern with a stamp, just alternated with a snowflake and holly. I just did that. So that is my pattern. And then my matchbox, this is a matchbox which you open like that, and you just close it like that, and then you've got pieces of paper in there which is stapled it at the bottom, and then you tear one out, but mine comes a bit loose. I think I made my staple too low, but that's the idea. Then you tear each time a little, like you tear matches out of a matchbox, now you tear paper out. So obviously I just put my little girl in on there, and I put some lace on there and gold accent pieces. Number 5 is number or sentiment in a ticket. So I decided to make a belly band. So here's my tickets at the back. I've used some washi tape as tickets, and that is my sentiment, and obviously my doll I put there, and I've just created some stars as an accent point. This is actually also, this whole belly band is a ticket also. I actually only see it now. So I made some of my own tickets with ticket washi tape and things like that. So that is that. Prompt number 4 is recycle art and a coin envelope. This is my coin envelope that I made, and I've put my Timmel's doll on there with some lace. Oh, and recycle art. Oh, this is last year's dephemerember, the tickets we made. So I've made this ticket more or less the same like this. So I've just thought this is such a nice ticket. It was just standing in a box there. I might as well put it in there, and that is my recycle art, meaning I'm recycling from one journal to another one. So I put it on there. This is prompt number 17. You can hardly see it there actually. This is rust and rust and bookmark. So I created my own rust with some alcohol inks, I think. Yeah, it's alcohol inks. So I created that, and then I created also rust on my light bulb pin and my little bell also. As you can see, there's a little bit of rust there. Put my Tim Holtz dolls there and just emboss some of these dots just to create a little bit of bling, and just put a genuine card there. So I just popped it in there, and I put a star on there just to create a little bit more accent. Prompt number 6 was bingo card and feathers. So I've just created my own bingo card with numbers, and I embossed the snowflake there, and I said Merry Christmas, which was not very successful. And then feathers, I didn't have any feathers in my stash, so I just used some feathers from I think Rosie Design, I think it's from there, and I put the Tim Holtz doll there at the back, crunchified her a little bit, embossed it, or not embossed, put some paint, watercoloring around there, and stars. So this is prompt number 6. This is prompt number 7, which is handwritten memory and loaded tag. So a loaded tag is obviously, I made it just lots of, oh, it's a ribbon I've just created there. It's open. You need to open it there. Loaded tag is obviously just a tag which got loads of layers to it. So yeah, you open it like that, loaded layer. And then actually what I've done is I found in an old Bible of me sort of a testament why I believe in what I believe. And I've written it when I was a late teenager, young adult, and it was so precious to me. I read it, and I was quite impressed with what my faith statement was, how solid it was. So praise God for that. So I've put it in there as a handwritten memory. So as I said, it's just a folded tag. Use some old vintage ledger, which I've also picked up from England, which I scanned. And yeah, and it creates a little, I close it up with a bow. So prompt number 24 was coffee or tea and specimen card. So I create my own specimen card with some coffee stains, and I put some coffee on a cup and just press it on there to create these rings. And then I put my little Tim Holtz dolls inside it here, acetate. And at the back, I just stencil it, or I put some, I think actually some serviettes on it. And I put there, choose to sign and inspire. Love how that turned out, very cute. And put a little bell on my paper clip there. Then prompt number 22 was water and envelope insert. So what I've done is I've splashed some water I've distress oxided, then I splashed some water on it to create watermark. So that was my water. And then what was the other one? An envelope, 22 envelope insert. So basically, the insert of the envelope you could put out. You could obviously put something inside, or you can make an insert, a pretty insert for the envelope. That's what I did. So later I could put my Bible verse in there. And then I just put my Tim Holt dolls here. This is a tuck spot. I use some wax seal to make greatest wax. So basically, I just put it in there. I tuck the flap underneath the wax. And then I just use this little paper clip just to keep everything together. And I drip some wax seals also there at the bottom. Okay. Prompt number 15 is metal and photo. So what I've done is I created an old, tried to create an old vintage photo myself of these old rim, and make even a faux little signature of the photographer, vintaged it up, and then also put the date there. Now the metal, I think, oh yeah, yes, the metal. I think it came like that, and I just use it to, yeah. So this is the metal piece. It's just old earrings, something on an earring that I used to create that, and then obviously I just hook it on there. Love how that turned out. And then prompt number 21 is button and tea bags. I create a little journaling card or little index card, and here's my button, and here's my tea bag. There's a remnant of the tea bag there, which I just stapled on there with the little tea label there. And I've also used the inside of the tea just to glue on there. And I just create a layer, beautiful layer of lace. And I put my little Tim Holtz doll there, and I can journal there at the back. Prompt number 9 was collage fodder and junk mail. So what I did is I made previously collage fodder, and then I've just actually collages on there. This came a bit loose envelope, so I just used a junk envelope, put my doll there, put a little bow on it. I don't think I've got anything inside, so what I can do is I just take apart some tissue paper in there, so I can put my journaling later in there. So that's that. Oh, I just popped it in there. Prompt number 11 is handmade stamp and jumbo tag. So what I made is I made a handmade stamp with some foam. So yeah, I just created an embosser to create a little bit more accent, and jumbo tag. This is obviously my jumbo tag, which I've made, and put the number 11 there with my little cute little doll there. I can decorate some more here at the end. Then prompt number 8 was my dangles and postage stamps. So I just made a little dangle, laminated, beautiful, and then I just use these beads, make a dangle with this fish, little fishy, and the little Tim Holtz, put a little hole in there, connect it, and put the date on there. So, and I just connected it with a little paper clip. Love how that turned out. Prompt number 13 is acetate and banner. So this is my banner. I made a little banner, and this is obviously my acetate. So I just made a little flip out. Yet again, I can put my journaling in there. Made a little cluster there, so something interesting can shine through there. Connected with a Tim Holtz little paper clip. And yeah, I love how that turned out also. Prompt number 19 was fabric and page tab. So I've just used some fabric. I think it's old curtain samples. I used that to make a little page tab, hang my little doll there. I actually secure it because it was flipping over the whole time. And then I've also just added a butterfly here as a little fabric page tab also, so you can see like that. Love how that turned out too. Then prompt number 18 is handmade stencil and notepad. So I made a sort of a little notepad with all little different notes which you can tear out there. Obviously decorated with my Tim Holtz doll. And then this is my little stamp, which I just spun some hearts and some holes in a scrap piece of paper or cardboard. And this is, I decorated it with going through my stencil through all over there with gold. So I just thought I'd put it together because it's cute. It reminds me it goes together. Number 20 is grunts and snippet strip. So this is my snippet strip, and this is my grunts version. I've grunted obviously up quite a lot with Distress Oxide inks. I've put my Tim Holt doll there with grungy lace. I hang a little tag there with 20. So this is how that looks. Prompt number 2 was splatters and playing cards. So obviously this is my splatters. I've used actually a splatter stamp to create that. And then I just created a big jumbo tag. Have this little girl sitting on the heart there. Made a little bit more grungy. Great gold at the back. And then a journaling spot there also. Okay, prompt number 25, it was Christmas Day. It's leather and an ACT card, which is an artist trading card, which I didn't know. I had to find out. That's probably one of my favorite. Obviously, a trading card is sort of one of a kind, and they sort of connect or they match. So I've just done a hubby and a wife card. It was one of the Tim Holtz couples. I just cut them in half. And I made them put their hubby, wifey. And then for the leather, I didn't have any leather or faux leather. So I just print out a leather sign. And I've just made it as a dangle there. And I put 2 and 5 there to show that they are together 25. I love how that turned out. I think it's very cute. And then prompt number 16 is packaging an index card booklet. So what I've done is I've used my Tim Holtz sort of packaging paper which these dolls came in, and it works actually perfectly with my booklet, the gold and the wintry, because obviously it was the paper dolls Christmas edition. And I put some gold little buttons on there, the ribbon, I just a little flap out. And then I made some index card. I sort of almost layered them and made them one bigger and smaller than the other one. Connected with a little brad there. And this is my index booklet with packaging paper. Prompt number 23 was flower and paper doll. So I've just used my Tim Holtz paper dolls as a paper doll, and this flower is just a layered of punch flowers which I stack on top of each other with a little button there in the middle, and also embossed and put some more of these punch flowers on there with a little sequence there, and made a little edge just to create a little bit of interest. So this little flowers hanging over here. Prompt number 10 was leaves and envelopes. I just used this envelope. I think I connected it here. I've created a cluster of leaves. I've stamped leaves out and I colored it in, embossed it, put my little paper doll there. Actually, that day I nearly forgot to put my paper doll there. So she's sort of almost an afterthought here. I don't really like this composition, but then I just create a little place for her to stand on. So it's not so, she's not floating, and I put a little paper cluster or flower there at the top connecting, and the cut off leaves I just put there at the top. Obviously embossed the leaves. And that's it. That is my final one. I love doing this project. It was absolutely so much fun. Thanks again, Barbara and Luisa. Go and check their videos out. They've got so many free printables, so many discount codes. The discount code is all still available till the 31st of December. So yeah, if you want to pick some 50% discount codes from the Etsy shops, please go ahead. But there's so many freebies also. Check their videos out. Yeah, I really enjoyed doing it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed my flip through. And thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. If you like this video, please give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And I hope to talk to you very soon. God bless. Bye-bye.